Hello everyone, welcome back to David at Go To Hobbies. Right, today's task is cleaning the stairs. Now the problem I've got is, first of all, bye. Don't mind the dogs. Are you coming to watch or are you going to help? I'm just going to be lazy and lay here and watch what you do. So, the way I clean my stairs, just if anyone wants some help or advice doing this, is I always start at the top, right, of the stairs and work down. And I'll show you what I do in a minute. So what do I use? I use an old bin, which we use to put a bin liner in to put household rubbish in the kitchen. So I just take the bin liner out, chuck the rubbish out in the bin outside, fill it with about, I don't know, quarter full with hot water. I use hand soap because that's antibacterial and obviously a good cleaning agent, and I also put in some disinfectant, which is zoflora. Nice hot water. Use an old cloth, right? We start at the top of the stairs, and I'll start up there and I'll show you what it looks like in a minute before we start, and then I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. So bear with. Alright, just really to show you a bit of how dirty it is really. It looks worse than it is, but I've been asked to give it a clean. So we've got doggies, and obviously doggies walking up, people walking up. Doggies sometimes be sick on the stairs, you know what doggies are like. And yeah, so as I say, the best way to start this is work at the top and work your way down, and then you don't sort of walk up it with dirty shoes on, dirty feet, whatever you want to call it. So I will start cleaning this first, obviously wipe the back down as well, excuse me, and work my way down. But what you will see happens, I'll show, excuse me, I've got hiccups. What I'll show you what happens when you start wiping it off. A good idea is to hoover your stairs first, but not necessary. When you do this, it will pick up all the fluff and everything else off of it anyway, so it won't really make a lot of difference. So bear with me. Right, a word of advice: don't have it too wet, because if you have it too wet, it's just going to make the stairs absolutely soaking. So it's just using a lot of elbow grease, unfortunately. Backwards and forwards, up and down. Because we've got dogs, what you'll find is you get a fluff. So just put that out there, out the way, and then try to get as much as you can. And if there's any hairs on the stairs, the cloth will pick them up. As you can see, rather a handful of hairs. I'll show you what it looks like in a minute once I've carried on cleaning. Get rid of that. It is quite a laborious job, but once you've done it, it really does freshen your stairs up quite a lot. And obviously, if there's any smells on the stairs and that, you get rid of those as well. But the trouble is with having animals, you're always forever cleaning, and unfortunately, if you've got dogs, which we do have, and we let them upstairs, you're just going to be cleaning the house every now and again. We tend to use an old cloth to try and get all the hair off the stairs by doing it this way, and then once you started doing that, just give it a rinse out again, and then You will notice that the water will change colour. Sometimes I have to change the water twice. Most of the time I'll probably get away with, it depends how often it's done, to how dirty the water gets. Don't forget to do in the corners, because that's where the dirt seems to lie. I mean, we hoover the stairs on a regular basis, but I don't know, 2 or 3 times, probably once a day, really. You can't help it, because obviously having dogs, it's their little feet, innit? And it can be rather laborious job, but it will look a lot different once you've done it. So I won't do all of them, and you'll be on the video for hours and hours and hours watching me scrubbing the stairs. So I just want to show you one, and then I'll show you the difference in a little while once we've done a bit more. So let me get rid of that. I'll just show you the difference in one step and the amount of hairs we've got off of there. So that's after giving it a good scrub, right? And that's just the hairs of one step. There's probably a bit more hairs in the rag, but what I tend to do is I'll rinse the cloth out every step. That way I've got a bit more of a cleaner rag to wipe the steps down, and when it starts getting a bit coloured the water, I'll just go and put some more hot water in and some hand soap. How much hand soap? Probably about 10 pumps and a couple of cupfuls of disinfectant. That normally suffice. As I say, only fill it about quarter full, otherwise it'd be heavy carrying and the straps on the bucket could break because water's quite heavy. It's about £10 a gallon it weighs, and I've probably got in there about 2 gallons roughly, so there's £20 in weight there. So just be careful, bear that in mind. And obviously the other thing to take in consideration, when you put this on the stairs, right, you don't want it to tip forward and go down the stairs. So always work with the buckets in front of you so you can hold it and rest it, and make sure you don't knock it because it's in front of you. So some valuable tips, and we'll come back to after I've done a few more steps. Another little tip for you is you've got the bucket on the top step. Obviously I've cleaned the top one, right, and I'm working my way down. When you put your rag in the bucket, just do this. It'll stop it from falling downstairs. Put your knee against it while you're rinsing it out, because what's going to happen, that water will swell around in there, and if you don't put your knee against it, that water, if you're doing this, could send the bucket down the stairs. Alright, so eventually the water will settle down into a calmer state, and you can leave it there then, because if you don't and you do it with it unsupported, you could end up with the water coming down your stairs, and then you've got another problem trying to actually get all the water up. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below. And one of the things people will probably ask, what can you use as a detergent to clean your stairs? Well, as I said, what I tend to use is just normal hand soap, like, you know, these dispensing soaps. That will basically do the job. Why do I use it? As I say, it's got antibacterial in it, and it's designed to, you know, clean your hands of germs and that. So by using it on the stairs, you're doing two things. One, you're cleaning the stairs because it's got dirt on it, and two, you're making it a better environment and cleaner. So you've got a what's the word I'm looking for? A better germ-free set of stairs. So let's carry on. I'll do a bit more and I'll come back to you in a minute. Right, I've done my third step, and now I'm just going to run through with you my cleaning process. So let me just show you. It's easier to show you than talk. Oops, sorry about that. What I tend to do is I'll scrub the back of the step up and down, right, and then I'll do the bottom down the corner, clean my rag, start again, do the back again, up and down, side to side, right. Then I'll start cleaning down here, this bit here, go backwards and forwards like that, all the way across, clean my rag again, start again, backwards and forwards again, right. And then once I've done that, I'll wash it again and do it one more time, and then wipe the edge down here as the last thing, because I've got a clean rag after I've done that little bit. And that's how I clean each step. What you put into it is what you get out of it. So the more effort you put in, the better finish you'll get. But as I say, I've done 3 steps, and the water is looking quite dirty, as you can see. I'll probably do this step and I'll put some fresh water in, because the last thing you want to do is keep using dirty water to clean your steps with, because all you're going to do is put dirt on dirt, which ain't going to help you in at all, anyway at all. So bear with. So if you ask how many steps I've got, if you haven't already counted, there's 12. So they will obviously all need to be cleaned, and ideally, right, hoover it first will make a lot of difference. But because these stairs were only hoovered yesterday, I'm not too worried about it, because obviously, you know, there's going to be a little bit of hair there, but see what I mean? And that's just in one day. Dogs will molt, you can't help it, because at the end of the day, because we've got black dogs, cream dogs, you're going to get different colours of hairs and stuff like that. It is quite a physical job of cleaning it. The other thing is drying time. Normally it'd probably take about 4 hours to dry, maybe less than that sometimes. It depends on obviously the heat in your house, if you've got your radiators on, what sort of temperature is it outside and stuff like that. So just bear that in mind. God, these dogs do have molt, I tell you. More fluff. So yeah, I'll come back to you in a bit and do a bit more. As you can see, that was one of our doggies. Unfortunately,